Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to Billy Go's Prophetic Vessel. It's your girl, Billy Go, and we got a message for you. Okay, welcome to your Capricorn and Chosen One channel. All right, so let's get into these timeless messages. I command in God's name all entities, parasites, evil monitoring spirits that's clothing the cloak, be blocked, bound, and deafened. Return back to sentence and replace for good according to God, Yahweh, Yeshua Christ's will, uncloaked, uncontaminated, uncompromised, so it is, and thank you. All right. All right, Holy Spirit. What does my Capricorn and chosen ones need to know? What do they need to see, know, and hear at this time, regardless of when they're seeing this message? Oh, and also, too, if you see the title of this reading, Death, Magic, and Destiny Swapping, right? So I guess we could start off with the downloads. I was just getting lots of downloads this week because a lot of people have been going through losses, and this is also because of I'm hearing like the death magic that they have been sending, unaliving magic, but I'm just being honest, black magic, okay? There's been a lot of death magic circling, like people going to practitioners and paying for this. There are those in secret societies, they already know how to do it. They just go buy the supplies and they do it, right? So some of you guys is you're you guys are it's like if you had an ailment, you may feel like an increase in symptoms. Now I'm speaking spiritually speaking, okay? Here, this is for entertainment purposes. If you've had like an increase, like a flare, I'm hearing, that is no coincidence. I'm hearing spiritually targeted. All right, a lot of you guys have been being spiritually targeted. Some of the people around you, they may not have the higher conscious to like recognize it. Hold on. All right, they may not have the higher consciousness to like recognize like what's going on per se, but that's what it is. Okay, if you know, you know. And then like at the same time with that death magic, they're trying like and destiny swap, they're also trying to bind themselves to you. Now mind you, we've already been getting this energy. The reasoning for the spiritual attacks is because they're trying to be you, and if they can't be you, they're trying to they feel like, well, since I can't have your purpose, or since I can't manipulate it, or I can't be with you, uh, it's like they're trying to swap destinies with you. And it's like it's like they've been unsuccessful with that, so they feel like, well, since I can't have your life, then let me take it from you, right? Like, hey guys, glad you guys can make it. So you guys are dealing with someone or a group or a secret society in the physical and or spiritual realm that's been trying to spiritually target you for your spiritual gifts. They've attempted destiny swaps. This is why you guys have been going through certain warfares where it feels like you've been losing things left and right, or things have been breaking down left and right, or ailments, even if it's not you catching an ailment, anyone in your family or that you're close to, because anybody that you're close to that you see 24/7, you've developed psychic cords with them. So just because you're not living in the same household, if you see each other as if you do, that or talk, because that's a form of forming a cord too. If you talk like you do, then you best friend got it too. So just putting that into retrospect. And so the reason why you have these energies that's spiritually targeting you is because they don't want you to rise to stardom here. We have superstar, but he came out in reverse. They don't want you to rise to stardom. Why, Holy Spirit? Now this could be family, friends, co-workers, it could be multiple. It could be family, friends, and it could be groups that don't even know your family and friends that's also targeting you, because that's also been the case in the spiritual community too. You guys are so powerful, you've been attracting this type of jealousy, which is not necessarily the best thing, right? But also at the same time, don't nobody get jealous of nobody that ain't popping. Ain't nobody getting jealous of nobody that a person don't feel like they not popping, because what you getting jealous for? Because the whole thing of getting jealous is basically you like, dag, I wish I could do that, or dag, I wish I could have that, or dag. And just because a person may say, oh, I wish I could do that, that doesn't automatically make a person jealous. No, it's things, emotions, and actions that go into that. Just saying that basically is the heart of what jealousy is. Oh, I want what they have, right? I want that. I like the way they dress. I think they're pretty, or I think they look good. I like the way that they're able to pass tests, whatever the case is, right? So somebody's been envying you here, okay? And they're hiding the fact that they've been a part of your financial problems. They're trying to have financial control over you. So there's people there's people and dark beings trying to have financial control over you. All right. Um at first they were treading lightly, and now it's kind of like they're making bold moves. So I'm hearing because they're in despair. Why, Holy Spirit? Why? Why? Thank you. We have big money in reverse. So you guys are dealing with energies where they're losing currency. So you have galactic dark beings that's been spiritually targeting a lot of you, because they need light codes for their ships. They don't have their DNA structures doesn't contain the same that God instilled us with. So no, it doesn't make it okay for them to steal from us, but this is also why they're trying to. And you guys also have to realize we're spiritual beings having a humanistic experience. There's other dark galactic beings that have latched on to other spirits that are having a humanistic experience, and they don't know it, that they're ETs that's latched onto them, or other dark galactic beings latched onto them. Some do, some don't. No. And you know, they get these urges. Oh, let me come around so and so. Let me come around so and so. Not knowing that the entity that's attached to what you call it is harvested off of whoever they keep getting the inkling to go around. So just be mindful, because for some people it is innocent. They don't realize that they have energies attached, dark energies attached to them. And for others of you, you have energies around that knows exactly the wicked games that they're playing with you, and you are being spiritually guided to cut them off if you haven't already. And if you already have, this is just letting you know different things behind the scenes that's been happening. Okay. In divine timing here we have. So these I believe in skinwalkers. So with big money being in reverse, these dark galactic beings, these spiritual beings having humanistic experience, they don't have the physical, they don't have the paper money, they don't have the light codes, they don't have the key holders, they don't have. All right. So since they don't have, they're trying to, they were trying to steal your purpose, and or steal the way that you were like creating stability for yourself. Okay. And I'm hearing for some of you guys, these energies are trying to get back in your life so that they can be connected to you while they're trying to figure out what they need to do to get back on their feet, which would be one thing if these energies were like being painted as being worthy of being around you and connected to you and having access to you. But no, these are energies that's not worthy of that. But you know, you can use your discernment and make that decision yourself. Walking red, because these are walking red flags here. Absolutely. So it's divine timing for something to come out, for something or someone to come out here. Transformation in reverse, clean slate in reverse. So these energies that have committed theft, these energies that have been causing you to struggle unnecessarily in different areas of your life, there is no clean slate with them. There is no second chance with them. because the lengths that they went to go in order to do this is just the bridge is burned. Okay, now I was gonna say this is not the case for everybody, but I was nope. This is the case for those that will be watching this reading. Akashic Records, baby, Hall of Lives. So for a lot of you guys, materialistic. So they try to drain you of your finances. And this isn't the first lifetime, Akashic Records energy, that this has happened. These energies have tried to drain you, have started wars with you, lifetimes after lifetimes. These dark galactic beings and those that they're trying to work through in the physical realm, you guys have had lifetimes with them where like they stole things from you, or they fought you really hard. They made you feel like you couldn't speak your truth or express yourself. And it's like, which all the things that you need to navigate this earthly realm, and which materialistic, being greedy, right? So it's like strong arming you, having control issues, right? A lot of you guys, you've had lifetimes where you weren't stable. You had lifetimes where you almost had breakthroughs. You had lifetimes where you were stolen from, right? And a part of this lifetime for you is everything that was unhealed in those other lifetimes being brought back into this one, so that you can become aware of, hey, what happened? Why am I going through these things? And heal them, right? Some things that you're going through in this lifetime is because of other lifetimes. What this is, for entertainment purposes. Everybody doesn't believe in reincarnations, but for those that do, this is for you. All right, and justice will be served. The scales will be balanced for how these energies have been like savages, like savaging everything. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool, fam. You know what's interesting? I came across a video yesterday of I think her name is Laura Starr or something like that. And basically, like, she was saying how she had lifetimes with these dark galactic beings, and she folded them, basically. She did what she had to do to navigate, right? But they didn't like that. So it's like she was getting spiritually targeted, not knowing at first, like, the reason why, and then finding out who was targeting her and finding out why. It was like, oh. And that was confirmation for me, because I am also a chosen one, and I'm also overcoming spiritual attacks from those in the physical realm and dark galactic beings, right? We've had other lifetimes and we've had incarnations in other planets and realms and dimensions, right? If you know, you know. And so with that being said, I was told before that, you know, as far as targeting for me, these dark galactic beings, most of them, they didn't like me because of our run-ins in past lifetimes, and my our interactions, and us getting down and fighting, and them feeling hurt over how I handle things. So they felt like in this lifetime, they're like, oh, well, you don't know, and we done use implants to wipe your memory. You done went through a veil of forgetfulness, so we just gonna pick on you. Which I feel like is such a pussy ass move. Cause how you gonna, like, because they have so many advantages. You went through a veil of forgiveness for most of you. Some of you guys didn't, or went through a little bit of it. The veil is thin now, it's still. There's a lot of implants that wiped your memory from you knowing the whole truth, right? The demonic systems are pretty much to gaslight you of the truth. You were made to believe you were sick if you were to see people going through walls and stuff like that, which that's your clairvoyance. You're not, you're gifted. If your gifts become infiltrated and hijacked, then that's when the mental health diagnosis come to play. If you know, you know. But if you're not spiritual, if you don't have these beliefs, then you're not going to resonate with that. And that's all right, because beliefs, free will, entertainment purposes, right? So that was confirmation for me, like letting me, like when I saw Laura's video, I was like, all right, because that's what I was told too. I was told that, like, as well, like I would, was fighting them, fighting them, and they didn't like me fighting them. And, they feel like, oh, well, before you get too good or whatever the case may be, let's get to you now. And it's just like, that is, again, such a pussy ass move to me, because you have so many advantages. And if you really big and bad, why won't you let the energies have their full blown power? Why won't you let the energies have their full blown power, then challenge you? Instead of you taking everybody's power, then using everybody's power against them. Because you need people's power and people don't need you. That's why. If you guys would like to book a personal reading, the link to book a personal reading is in the description box. All right. And make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling these vibes. Yeah, you got this energy of like, just like blah. Like, I ain't really feeling it. You working on creating your stability here. Yeah, you're going through a rebirth, a death, rebirth, getting rid of what doesn't serve you so you can receive what does serve you here in full. Yeah, that's great, guys. But also, while you're going through this transformation and working on building your stability and your firm foundation here, you've been experiencing some heartache and loss. Some losses here. And some of that has been playing out in your connections, not just your finances, which your connections are a part of wealth too. If you know, you know. Wealthy connections, networking, people can plug you into different shit, right? We have choose wisely in reverse, suffering and silence. So you have energies that's literally suffering in silence over you. I'm hearing because they didn't do right by you. I'm here in the seen and unseen. You have energies suffering in silence over you because they didn't do right by you. For some of you guys, they could literally be the reason why you feel like you're in a unfavorable predicament. Or you may feel like they made whatever situation you were already in worse for some of you. I don't think I want to meet the boss. Emotional withdrawal in reverse here. So they're hiding. So people, and this could be family, friends, work energies, people from work. This could be a lover. These are energies where they're hiding their true emotions from how they truly feel about screwing you over. These are energies that have royally screwed you over. And you feeling like you're in this blah energy, like that, like you tired of shit going wrong. You tired of motherfuckers showing their ass, although you know that that's gonna happen because people be people. And it's like, dad, can I give me some solid motherfuckers around this bitch? Listen, this spiritual war has been a bitch. I don't care how much of a motherfucker soldier you are. You gotta acknowledge this shit. Stand your ground. See, these energies didn't think you was gonna stand your ground. They didn't think you was gonna stand on business. They didn't think that you were gonna stand your ground and protect what they have been trying to target. So that for a lot of you guys, depending upon what they have been trying to target for you, and when I say they, galactic dark beings and those in the physical realm. And then you have those in the physical realm that's working with those in the spiritual realm, in cahoots, right? and willingly, consciously. Like they meet up in the spirit realm and have meetings. Third eye chakra. They've been trying to spiritually blind you so that you can't. I'm hearing they've been trying to fuck with your intuition so that you won't be able to make decisive decisions for yourself. So that confusion, so the energy of confusion, Luciferian energy is here. In some cases, Lucifer himself has just been attacking you. Lucifer like, look, my Jaguars just ain't doing enough. I gotta step in. Destiny. See, this is about your destiny here. It's like motherfuckers feel like that you don't deserve to have the destiny that you have, but God is the one that gave you the destiny. I'm just trying to figure out how. How the hell do you feel like they don't deserve something that God was the one that gave? Spiritual strength. Yeah, in reverse, because it's some pussy ass shit. It's all about, because if motherfuckers was real and raw, they would be in their own purpose. They'll be doing what they got to do for their own shit, for their own lane. They didn't think that you was gonna, so you may have been crying. You may not look like Muhammad Ali. All right, you may not look like a fighter, and it always comes down to this judgmental ass shit, because somebody just looked at your outer appearance, or they just, you might be reserved. They didn't think that you was gonna go hard for your shit, but you went the fuck hard. Because motherfuckers was trying to change your shit. And one of the tactics that they were doing was trying to spiritually blind you so that you wouldn't have dreams, or your dreams would be distorted, or it'll be hard for you to remember. Right? If you're the type to get downloads throughout the day so that, you wouldn't get them, or it'll be harder for you to. All right? So if you've been feeling off, that's by no coincidence, and of course free will. Oh my gosh. Triumphant success. We gotta stop saying that K word, okay? Triumphant success in reverse. So these are energies. They didn't want you to be successful in your destiny. All right. They didn't want you to be successful in your destiny. Oh my gosh. So not only did they not want you to be successful in your destiny, they didn't want you to have a home. They wanted you to be homeless. They wanted you to be penny pinching. Look, she trying to count. And without relationships that are reliable and actually full of genuine connection and love. This is life here. It's like they didn't want you to have life. They didn't want you to have no strength, no health, power, and control. In reverse. Dad. So it's like her alienation. So although some of you guys may be introverts, you may have, you might actually feel. Look at that. And then that's the next card right behind that is that's the truth. And you guys have been hanging on for dear life for hope. Like, God, please stop these attacks. God, please come on. God, what you doing? I know you there. But sometimes some of you guys may feel like God has left. No, God has been here. Listen, because I've had my fair share of breakdowns. I had one today. I had one yesterday. I had one the day before that. I think I had a couple yesterday. And I cried yesterday. And I cried the day before yesterday. And I cried today. And I was crying last week. And I had breakdowns last week. Okay? You feel me? Because the warfare at this time has been that bad for a lot of people. Okay? Because we are at war. All right? And we are for a lot of you guys, we have been on duty, on spiritual soldier army type of duty. We just may not have on the army uniform, right? We not driving in a tank. Some of you guys are. Some of you guys actually are in the physical realm version of in the army, whether you're, you're in the army or you're Marine, Air Force, Navy, whatever have you. Shout out, salute, right? But just know, whether you are in the physical and or spiritual, you still rocking. It's still happening. Just know that's why shit's been a fucking show. Okay? So this is someone, again, energies in the seen and unseen. They did not want to see you succeed. They're still, I'm hearing they're still trying hard to make things. It's like that they know that they ran out of time, which I don't know what type of time that they thought that they had. And it's time for them to reap what they have sown. And I've been saying eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth all day. Because that's what God say. Right? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That's what God say he's going to do when it comes to your enemies. This is why God says, leave revenge up to him. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. Right? Not that you can't be mad. Right? Not that you can't have your own feelings. You just want to be mindful of how you move off your feelings. That's all. But also at the same time, this is horrible when you've been putting blood, sweat, and tears into things, and you have these energies that's been working against you, right? This has been like a part of your opposition. Right? And and let me put this out there, although you guys are soldiers, although you guys are chosen ones, that don't mean you don't get tired. That don't mean you don't get exhausted. That don't mean you don't get pissed off. That don't mean that you don't like have these feelings and emotions and experiences that just makes you want to just throw in the towel. All right? Because it happens. It happens. Okay. What this is why God is almighty. What God wants to happen for you is what's happening. All right? And see, suffering in silence. This is why you guys feel like you have been suffering in silence, because these energies have been trying to destiny swap, and they feel like, oh well, we can't destiny swap. Let's try to kill your destiny then, right? Well, unalive your destiny, or let's try to do anything in that ramification. This why it may feel like delays, setbacks. This is why it may have felt like things moving slow or stagnancy, which we've been getting all that type of energy. You gain something in one area, feels like you lost something in another area, right? Of your life. You tired of going through losses. You tired of going through heartache and pain and suffering. It's like, dag, I remember when the times was good. Dag, I remember when shit, may not have been the best, but it wasn't like this. That's what I'm getting here. I'm kind of getting resentment type of energy too, which are not necessarily wrong for feeling, but we don't want to harbor onto that if you don't have to, which healing takes time. Sorry, my cards fell. Oof, yeah, wish fulfillment. You see, these bitter betties here have been trying to stop your positive movement forward because their wishes aren't being fulfilled. Right, so they're trying to keep you blinded to the fact that they've been trying to do all these setups, right, in hopes that you'll throw in the towel. But something about the cycle is almost up here, and there's some sort of patience and planning in reverse. You guys may be having a hard time like planning things because of all this warfare and speaking your truth, right? These energies have been trying to shut you up. So if you have a platform, they could be trying to play with your numbers. We've gotten that energy too. So basically, the Holy Spirit, this reading is basically saying, hey, newsflash, spiritual, current events, the same shit's still happening in a sense. All right. they're still trying to have control over you. They're still making very foolish decisions that they're not acknowledging here. Okay. Now there is something that you guys look like you're not aware of. Okay. Looks like you're not aware of something, and because you're not aware of what something is, then this could be a piece of information. It looks like that is also in the way for some of you guys, but depending upon what season you're in while watching this, it looks like whatever lack of information you don't have or don't know is a part of it. It's not the whole reason, but it is a part of the reason why the new beginnings for you guys have been a little slow. And I'm just trying to figure out here. I guess, like, well, what is it? I'm trying to think. Let's do this deck. Let's bust this deck down. All right, and before we get into this deck, y'all, if you guys are interested and you want to add a oracle deck to your collection, we have oracle decks available. These are created by us, Downward Spiritual Guidance. Downward Spiritual Guidance is our other YouTube platform, which if you would like to subscribe, the link is in the description box. Okay, those readings are timeless as well. We have another oracle deck that is available for purchase. Both of the links to purchase these oracle decks are in the description box. We have several videos with us using them and pictures on our social media pages. All links to social media is in the description box. Okay, and also if you guys are writers and you want to write something down, or you feel like you've been forgetting shit and you need to, write it down so you don't forget your shit, we got journals, okay, created by us, Downward Spiritual Guidance. These journals are on Amazon. All right. So if you want to check these out and purchase one for yourself, feel free to do so. The link is in the description box, okay? Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling these vibes. And also, too, entities and those that remote view that are wicked and evil, that have evil intentions, they've been remote viewing and they're trying to steal people's ideas and trying to, violate people's privacy by doing that. With ill intention. So for those, if you're writing something, you may want to cover it up as you're writing, and for those of you guys that know how to cloak your energy, cloak it. Whether you buy my products or someone else's, just letting you know. All right, guys, so let's get out this final message here. Final messages. All right, what does the collective need to, the chosen collective need to know? Seeing here, we have Jezebel spirit. Ooh, so it's giving lust. And I did see that a little bit. So for those of you guys that were dealing with this situation, and a part of the situation had to deal with like romanticism, because for some people, multiple energies have been they've been targeted. So like you have people in people's families, they work environments, they friendships, where they just feel like they get it everywhere. And then some people, it's just one area. So put yourself on the side of the story as you see fit, okay? Flip the energy as you see fit, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So this is this Jezebel spirit, this incubus, succubus energy for a lot of you guys. It's been lashing itself on to whoever it can. Right, it's been trying to shut you up, because this is a part of where your purpose lies, in your throat chakra. Some of you guys, you're singers, you're poets, you're rappers, you're TED talkers, you're speakers, right? You're influencers, you have platforms, or you're being guided to start one, right? And it's all about speaking your truth, right? Speaking your truth. And you have energies here that are trying to seduce you, sway you, into different directions that is other than your purpose. And I'm hearing like a majority of that is because you do not want to be with whoever this is. You don't want to be with this love interest anymore. You don't want to be with this friend anymore. Dark practices. Remember how I said dark practices were being done, and it was fucking with your gifts? Fuck up your ability to get downloads. Fuck up your ability to, you know, oversee them more easily. Yes, because of black magic. Muslims trying to put a death to everything. Is what I'm hearing. That's what their attempt is with God. Remember, God said the weapons will form, but they don't what? Prosper. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. Because whatever weapon formed, that doesn't mean that it won't try to cause some damage. And that won't mean that you may not have to heal. Because the healing process could hurt like hell. But God said that it won't prosper, meaning even if you do have to go through a healing process, you're going to come out on the other side and get double for your trouble. But also at the same time, it's about the principle. Sometimes the reward is not having to go through the trauma. So, just saying. So just know, like for my practitioners that, you know, you doing shit, they're, your gifts are being impacted. Hater in reverses, and for a lot of you guys, it's by a secret hater. For some of you guys, this is an undisclosed hater. This is an undercover hater. Y'all have an undercover hater. Some of you guys know who your haters are, and then it looks like for some of you guys, there's like, you know, all except one, or you know all of them, and maybe you have a feeling about one of them, but you don't know. You don't have no confirmation, but you got confirmation about the rest of them or something. Y'all got an undercover hater. And like they be happy go lucky. They don't look. They don't look. Baby, they could have tried to falsely accuse you or some shit like that. They could pretend like they're protective over you or something like that. All right? But they really over here trying to have you alienated. To themselves. I'm hearing access to themselves. Whoever that is. Whoever that energy is to you. Unless it's just you, them. Flip the energies as you see fit. Put yourself inside the story as you see fit. They don't like the fact that you are like a hard worker. Like they don't like the fact that you are determined. They don't like the fact that you go after it is what you want and you don't give up easily. Achievements in reverse. They don't like this about you because they don't have this about them. It's like the things they don't like in you is the things that they wish that they had within themselves. So instead of bossing up and working on their character traits and doing shadow work and so on and so forth, they're like, oh, let's just be a hater and an undercover hater for a lot of you guys here and try to fuck up their shit. Because we're some undercover haters and we're too embarrassed to say that we're a hater. And remember, ain't nobody hating on nobody they don't think ain't the shit. If a person is hating on you, they think you're the shit, but they're not gonna tell you that. Why would they tell you that? That would be embarrassing for them. Well, just letting you know. Crossroads in reverse. So this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer here. But they are purposely trying to cause confusion in your life so that things can end for you that are supposed to begin for you. Okay, so the death magic isn't just for the typical ending of life. It is also the intention of it, I'm hearing, is also for any projects, anything that you're trying to give birth to as far as, you know, establishing a family. Is that whatever the case is that you need life for and manifesting your just everything. They were trying to put a death to that. I'm hearing a death to your will to live as well, so that they could harvest your destiny for themselves. You don't think God? So this goes all the way back to God. You don't think God, like you don't think God was gonna notice? Like I gave them that destiny. You didn't think God was gonna watch. You didn't think God was gonna see. Oh, they didn't care, or you didn't care. Whatever side of the story you're on. Okay. Friendship in reverse. So this is not a good friend. This is not a good partner. This is not a good family member. This is not a good coworker. This is not a good boss or all around. This is not a good spirit. This is not a good galactic being. All right, this ain't good. This ain't good. This ain't good. This ain't good. Darling, it's no good. Okay, love offer in reverse. So for those of you guys where this is a part of this is romanticism, and you already know this is a player or I don't, baby, I'm hearing an inconsistent fuck up. Don't take any offers from this energy, because the offer that you already took or whatever you gave a chance, it already flopped. And don't get it twisted, something trial and error with things with this one. No, this energy purposely, these energies purposely targeted you out of jealousy, envy, and hate. Afraid of you doing better than them. I'm hearing afraid of your stardom. So they put you in competition even if you didn't know that you was in competition, or vice versa, whatever side again of the story that you're on. See, this energy didn't have no faith. They didn't wait on you. They didn't believe in you. They didn't believe in the mission. Whatever you guys were doing or had, whatever that connection was. We have nightmares here. I almost skipped over that. Terror, fear, panic, anxiety, horror. What's the nightmares for? Dating. So I got soulmates in reverse. So from another deck, that is representing karmic energy. We got famous in reverse. So y'all, there is, okay, it's a few things here. We have dating. Please be mindful of who you date. That's one. But two, it looks like they're trying to reconnect with you so that they can get some type of commitment from you, companionship. But the problem, so love offer in reverse, but the problem is that they're trying to bind themselves to you. Okay, so some of you guys, they've been trying to do binding work. All right, so that anything that you do and work and be, they're tied to it. All right. Ooh, honey. So dark, yeah, see, it's hidden manipulation all over. And again, this day says dating, but this can also be friends too. That's I was guided to pick up this card. Okay, y'all, if you're eating in your dreams, having sex in your dreams, making different exchanges in your dreams, signing contracts in your dreams, see what you can do to stop. All right, because those are all different forms of spiritual attacks. Those are all different forms, and it can be hard to like become conscious in your dream. It can be a little bit difficult to lucid dream. Start practicing. Tell your spirit team you want to start practicing. While you're getting used to that, see if you can just open your eyes. Like the minute you can become aware that there is food anywhere in your dream, or there's drink anywhere in your dream, if you could see if you could just open your eyes, like you know, hope some, cause all of that, they're trying to create doorways into your life spiritually so they can wreak havoc. These dark galactic beings, and because that's what they also do too, to carry out the requests and offerings that have been made. They've been trying to sacrifice your life. They've been trying to sacrifice your life so that they can steal your currency. That's what they've been trying to do. That's exactly what they've been trying to do. And they didn't think they would get caught. It's like a spiritual RICO case. Take the leap in reverse. This was a stupid leap of faith that they took, a horrible get-rich-quick scheme. All right. I saw sex. I was gonna say this earlier. The download that I saw or got sex addiction. So for some of you guys too, because I just saw sexy time and jail time. So some of you guys have somebody that's going to jail because they were raping people, raping kids, raping people spiritually and physically. Um, a lot of you guys have been getting spiritually raped. I was just got to say that. You may not be able to clear sentiently feel. Some of you guys can. You need a clearing. All right. But of course, free will. If you guys want to book a clearing, I am offering many Akashic record clearings, and I am offering many distant Reiki clearings. The link to book those is in the description box. These are all digital, so they're pre-recorded. All right. Um, if you want to book a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box. Okay. All right. So, Holy Spirit, what's the outcome? What's the outcome to this shitty situation that they keep trying to do? Like they keep trying. It's like they're not taking a hint. Well, can we be friends again? Well, can we? Well, can we be lovers? Or can you work for me again? Well, can we? No. And then you no. And then no. Oh, we'll attack. Oh, we'll attack. It's not because you're not doing what somebody wants you to do. They spaz and they're freaking out. Sorry about that word. They're freaking out. Right? But it's like if they weren't so control hungry and let a person be authentically themselves, right? I guess they wouldn't have that problem, you know? And again, a person is, you're allowed to feel how you feel. It's what these energies have been doing to try to stop you because you're so powerful, right? It's like I'm hearing they've been trying to impregnate you, do all different type of things. In some cases, they gave you a spiritual STD. Also, you won't be able to. I'm hearing have a glow up. That's better than them. I'm hearing they was trying to shit on you and make you be unseeable, and so that people wouldn't hear your voice and your story. Because in some cases, you telling your story is also going to out them. All right. Which is not all right. This is what the deal is for a lot of you here. Okay. In a physical and spiritual sense. If you know, you know. Thank you. We have creativity, inspiration, innovation, and visionary, imagination, expression, originality. See, this is what they was trying to shut down. They don't like the fact that you're creative. They don't have the same creative juice flow as you do, right? Individuality came out in reverse. Two birds of a feather flock together in the sense of like negative energy. They don't have the juice. They don't have that, the sauce, what it takes, right? See, they don't like the fact that you're independent, even if you feel like you're living with someone. It's more than goes into independence than just living by yourself. You can still live by yourself and be codependent in other ways, right? For those that needed to hear that, like, uniqueness, authenticity, self-expression, diversity, personal style, independence. They didn't like the fact that you embodied what they felt like they didn't, or all of, right? And you may not even feel like you embody that, right? It's a simple fact that other people feel like you are, other beings feel like you are, right? You the shit. You the bomb.com, okay? You the sugar honey iced tea. See, sexy time. So, but those of you guys that had situationships, love relationships, they just want to fuck. They just want to get you in the bed. They just want to have a good time. Okay, I heard for some of you guys they're trying to trap you. So they feel like they couldn't trap you in other situations before. It's like they're trying to spin the block. How can we trap again? Or how can we aim to do this? How can I bind myself? How can I stay attached this time? How? Okay, how can we keep them at this job? How can it still benefit off their gifts? How can we still and still get what we want out the mix? It's not giving healthy. All right, everything ain't gonna be perfect, but it could be healthy. Lucky in reverse the other. So some energies have been hiding that they've been living double lives here. All right, because they feel lucky to have you, and they feel like, even if they haven't told you that, it's like they know you are something special, which is why they're being very territorial over you. But it's giving like they have no rights to be territorial over you. It's controlling, and it's an entitlement type of energy, because they're trying to hold you back. You know, vice versa. Put yourself on the side of the story as you see fit here. There's like this hidden entanglement. You know, I'm hearing it, and they wanted it that way, because the more you had to unravel, the longer it was going to take, or the more that it was going to be. And they are going to get karma for this. Everything everything that any enemy has done to you, that will be done to them times two. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That is what God said he's going to do. Conflict, battle, struggle, resistance, aggression. Exactly. Y'all was wondering why the fuck I'm fighting so hard. Why are we going through? Why I feel like I can't catch a break. So this came out. So there's some information, and I think this came out like at the beginning of the reading too. Some information you have yet to be told. Somebody got to tell you something. They tell you something. You need to find something out. Whether this is by somebody telling you by mouth and or by document. Okay. Somebody to come tell you something. But because they haven't told you something, or they haven't given you something, or you haven't found out something, it's like it's been keeping some sort of imbalance here. Like it's keeping something that's supposed to be balanced out, imbalanced. And it has to do something with your love life. This copycat energy that's sitting up here trying to play people's roles that they're not supposed to be playing, and shit like that. So it looks like you guys, what does my collective need to find out? What does my chosen collective need to find out? Because we keep getting that energy. There's something you guys need to find out that's going to help you have positive movement forward. Well, I mean, we've been getting that energy for some months now. Like, what is it? What is it, Holy Spirit? What needs to be found out? Okay, backstab. What else? Okay, communication, ancestral protection, backstab. So we have a lane in reverse. So this is somebody, they did not stay in their own lane. They swerved into yours, and they tried to do something to fuck up your shit. And whatever they tried to do that you don't know as of yet, baby, it's gonna feel like another backstabbing. It may be the last big kahuna, depending upon what season you're in while watching this. This will be past, present, future information for you before you step into this new beginning. Because see, remember, this new beginnings over here was in reverse, not only to let you know that this was the part of the reason why you have been being targeted so bad. They don't want you to have no new beginning because what your new beginning entails. Not that makes it okay. With also new beginnings here, we were getting something, awareness in reverse, something that you're not aware of, something you literally don't know, right? And like I said, we've been getting this energy in other readings, like this one last puzzle piece that will give, that when you have it, you find it out, you solve the puzzle, or you solve the case. The case is cracked, right? Like a Scooby-Doo episode. But there's something you don't know, right? And we asked, well, what is it? We was like, well, what is it, Holy Spirit? What is it that is unknown? And God is saying it's something that you're going to consider as a betrayal. You're going to consider whatever it is that you are unaware of that's a contributing factor to the losses that you have been having and blockages, that is the catalyst to you stepping into this new life, this information you finding out here. God is saying you're going to consider it a backstab. God is saying you are protected, and it looks like somebody's coming in to give you this message. All right, somebody's coming in to give you this message here. Ooh, and you might just want to fight them. You might, depending upon what it is. If you find out, like, let's say, for example, let's say you've been homeless. chosen ones been going through all different type of shit. So I'm just saying, let's say you've been in a situation of homelessness, and let's say your caregivers or your parents knew that you were dealing with that, you know, or your lovers knew that you were dealing with it or something like that. And let's say, you know, maybe your parents or family members received some sort of check that they were supposed to give you, right? Or your name was mentioned somewhere in the will or of something. You didn't get a phone call to say, hey, you need to come get this. You know, you didn't get a notification like, hey, this was yours. We've been holding on to this for you. You know, if this is like a lover, hey, you know, I was able, you know, that, you know, the thing that we used to share, I was able to da with it, but I didn't tell you, right? It's like somebody has something that's yours, right? And I saw, and this a part of the sex addiction is the sexual energy harvesting. So if energies have been sexually energy harvesting off of you through spiritual rape or any other methods, that means they have been taking your energy in order for them to manifest and build off of it themselves, because they feel like they don't have the good juju to attract and manifest good things for themselves because of the shitty things that they do to other people, like having bad, horrible, bad karma. Well, you're gonna find something out. Okay, strength card in reverse. This wasn't whatever this was. I'm saying it was some pussy ass shit, because this kept you from being able to do what you needed to do, or it made life harder for you, whatever somebody is not telling you. And that was something that I keep getting. Somebody or these beings or a combination, they have all been watching you. They've been watching you struggle. They've been watching you. And in some cases there have been energies that could have offered help. And God knew, because God knew he was the one that gave them what they had in order for God to use them as a source of help. You know, and not everything people get is from God. Sometimes people make deals with the devil and they get shit from the devil. And that's not blessings. That's theft. Because the devil can't bless. The devil has to steal in order to give people anything. And where does the devil steal from? God's kids, because that's the devil's way of having access to the kingdom without actually being there, because you know he was kicked out. So you guys will have a cause to celebrate. There's people that was celebrating your downfall, right? Putting you in third-party situations that you didn't deserve here. But you guys are going to have a cause to celebrate. Oh my gosh. And that was something else that just came to me too with these combination of cards. And I got a download this past week that not only did they watch you struggle, they enjoyed. They thoroughly enjoyed, whoever this is for, they thoroughly enjoyed watching you struggle. They thoroughly enjoyed watching you go through the suffering, because they felt like you always had it easy or something, or they felt like oh well, this is what you get for not working for us, or this is what you get for not being with me, this is what you get for not complying, you know, controlling type shit that don't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, when you have to do this type of shit, are you really the shit? Absolutely not, right? So sorry that you guys had to even go through that. Let's get this deck. This is like a more, I'll say more like a guidance deck as far as outcomes is concerned, because baby, this has been shitty. And it's like, because it's like continuing to get like similar collective readings because they keep trying to do the same shit. They keep trying to put people in the same, back in the same cycles, or in the same, keep people in the same cycles that don't benefit them because it benefits the dark side. You know, so just be mindful. Just be mindful of the tactics. Not that it's gonna feel good. When you are mindful, when you are aware, their gaslighting and tricks become irrelevant. All right. They were only able to make it this far because they wiped our memory. They tamper with shit. They don't play fair, but they get pissed off when you don't play fair. Ain't that hypocrisy at its finest? You see, authentic in reverse. They don't like the fact that you feel comfortable being your authentic self. You being your authentic self is your greatest superpower that God has given you. They don't like how people are attracted to you. They don't like how people are just gravitated to you. Right? Because you are real. You are genuine. You are honest. Even if you're not perfect, right? Because nobody is. Everybody got shit that's stank. Right? And it's just, I'm hearing like you represent everything that they're not, and that's why they hate you and love you at the same time. We have Revelation in reverse. Oh my gosh, it's about the third card that's indicating there's something you need to find out, and it's I'm almost, I want to say it's dire. Spirit gifts, harvest. Yo, this has to deal with your heart. This has to deal with your harvest here. It's like it's hard for you because some of your spiritual gifts have been under attack because it's like they're trying to shut you up. And we saw the third eye there and the sacral chakra card popped out too. So some of your spiritual gifts and your chakras have been under spiritual attack because of your ability to create and produce abundance from them. Not that it makes it okay for them to attack you. Doing great. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. And so, rituals. So it's like, you know, you could be, it's like you're doing rituals and prayer. And when I say rituals, I know people gonna think there's rituals where you could just say a Hail Mary a decade, or do the whole whatever you want to. That's manifestation, prayer, ritual, right? But I'm getting like a dark thing. It's like energy's doing dark. It's like dark energies trying to see magic practice. Like it's like negative energies trying to do dark shit over your ability to reap your harvest because they feel like, well, since we can't be a part of your life, or since you don't want to be with me, or since you don't want to get together, well, I don't want you to have this either, as if they're God. So like these energies been trying to play God, the role of God in your life, and they need to sit the fuck down because you're not God. God created you. What God created you. And there's also some type of illusion here. There's also some type of like cloak over a union or your unions platonically and romantically, where it's like, it's hard. Maybe you feel like you're around people maybe you feel like you're around a lot of negative karmic people, right? Versus being in union with your soul tribe members platonically and romantically, right? You emerge from hiding. So you are emerging. So you guys are going to be connecting at some point whenever you're seeing this. But somebody is trying to keep you in the dark. It's like somebody's trying to keep you from being able to be in your purpose. Or these groups, they're trying to keep you from being in your purpose. You are being healed and given divine guidance, divine sacred trust. Okay? This kind of wanted to come out in reverse. They don't even want you to receive divine guidance, because divine guidance is going to try to give you what you need, and they're trying to make you not have what you need. Okay, and this is why God is trying to tell you to hold on to hope and faith, although you may be ready to throw in the towel, give it up. You know, you might be having those type of thoughts. You know, I'm right there with you. Hang in there. What you wish is coming to you in good time. Dream, faith, miracle. And I'm going to also say it too. Sometimes you tired of hearing that as well, because you need whatever you need, like today, right? Well, as a positive anchor for you, remember that God is tried and true. And if God made a promise for you, to you, God is going to fulfill that promise. At the same time, that doesn't mean that whatever you're going through now doesn't suck while you're waiting on that promise to come to pass. All right? So hang in there, guys. Your harvest is coming through. It is, protected here. It's being guarded. All right. You have been learning things to also help guard and protect. Guardian energy here, my divine guard. You've been learning how to protect your, I heard, like your tribe, your lineage, your empire from these dark practices, right? Because even when you get the shit, don't think the shit is gonna all stop, right? You gotta learn. It's like you also had to learn how to defend an empire from those that like to do this dumb shit, because this is the same dumb shit that broke up the empires to begin with. So God is basically like, well, let's teach you guys how this shit broke down, what people were doing behind the scenes and didn't want to get caught in the spirit realm doing. And so, I mean, because in the physical realm, you don't know, but in the spiritual realm, right? So that's why I said a lot of the stuff that you guys are finding out that happened in your past lives and you didn't get to heal them, address them. You're doing that in this lifetime, and you're finding out, you're going through certain situations because it's to help you become aware, like, hey, this happened to you in this past lifetime. This is why this didn't unfold. This happened to you in that lifetime. That's why that didn't unfold. Well, these situations is happening in this lifetime because of da. This is why past life regressions in your Akashic records is so important. And if you're looking for a therapist, I mean, I am a mental health therapist. I'm not offering mental health services right now. However, this is for entertainment purposes. This is not counseling, but I'm just letting you know there are those that are licensed professional counselors that also have the past life regression certification. Look, if you are looking for metaphysical counseling, that's what you need to go look for. Look for the licensed professional counselor that has a certification as a past life regressions, and or they're certified in some sort of spiritual modality, right? Just like I'm a licensed professional counselor and I'm a certified Reiki practitioner, tarot reader, all the rest of it, right? So we do exist. We just, it's far few in between. And even if you do come across someone who is a therapist and metaphysical at the same time, a metaphysical counselor, metaphysical counseling is what it's called. And or if you want to go the coaching route, if you don't want to get diagnosed, there's metaphysical coaches, spiritual life coaches. I'm a certified spiritual life coach. I'm an ordained minister too, by the way. And so just if you didn't know, so you know what you need for your healing, because you have to vet your healer. Not every person who says they are a healer are actual healers. Some of are wolves in sheep's clothing. Okay. So you guys are going to find out some information, and it's going to lead you right to your harvest. Okay, guys? But you also need to know that in addition to you preparing for your harvest to come in, this is also the type of warfare that you've been battling and overcoming. All right, guys? Because you got energies that are so materialistic, they didn't care who they had to get out the way. And that's not only is it a big red flag, but it's a big tall tale sign about how people cared about you versus what they said. All right? So that's what we got for you guys. Again, if you guys want to book any services, tarot, Akashic, Reiki, any of those things, they're linked in the description box. If you want to purchase any products from us, links in the description box. Okay, guys, that's what we have for you. Thank you all for your love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. And always remember,